Hello everyone, this is Rimi and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be comparing these two beautiful palettes. This is a brand new one. This has been around for a while. It's been a favorite palette for a long time now and I feel like people just can't stop talking about this palette. These are both from Anastasia Beverly Hills and one of them is the Modern Renaissance palette and one of them is the new Soft Glam palette. They're sister palettes and I can see why, because the packaging is pretty much the same size. You can see the sides and the front, similar packaging, the velvety feeling. As you can see, these do get kind of dirty. It feels so good to touch these palettes. This Anastasia Beverly Hills logo disappeared on this palette. And also the font for the Beverly Hills part changed on this palette. The back, same stuff, have the ingredient list here. Let's talk about the price. Same price, both of them retails for $42. You can find them on Sephora Ulta website. Can't remember where I got my Modern Renaissance from, but I got my Soft Glam from Sephora website during their VIB sale. So yeah, before I get further into the comparison or the review, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button first and subscribe to my channel and then continue to watch this video. So the weight, they're both same weight. On the back it says 0.02 ounces. For each colors you get in here. You do get 14 eyeshadows in each of these palettes. One difference that I noticed for the Modern Renaissance palette, when you're looking at the weight in grams, it says 0.7 grams, whereas the Soft Glam palette, it's saying 0.74 grams. So I don't know if that little of a difference does really matter or not, but it seems like this one's saying it's a little bit more, or did they just change the accuracy of the weight? So the inside of the palette looks like this next to each other. They both come with same size mirror and I think the quality looks to me the same. I love having mirrors in my eyeshadow palettes, so that's great. I also like about the packaging is this goes all the way to the back, so it's easier to hold when you're using this palette, and same goes for the Modern Renaissance palette as well. So they have some overlap colors and the colors are Tempera, then Burnt Orange, and the last one is the Cypress Umber. The Tempera is in the same place as the Modern Renaissance one, but the Burnt Orange and the Cypress Umber, they are in a different layout on the Soft Glam palette. Both of these palettes come with a dual-ended eyeshadow brush, as you can see. This side is more for packing on the color. It's more shorter and dense bristles, versus this side is, I think, more for blending, fluffier and longer bristles. Honestly, I am not super big fan of this brush. This is like a so-so brush to me. I do use it here and there, but I don't really reach for this brush on a daily basis. I rather use my other brushes. The fluffy end of it, it's not soft at all. It's very pokey. Like when I try to use it, I feel like it pokes my skin. It's always nice to have a brush in the palette. I don't really mind having this brush because sometimes when you're on the go, you just want to throw in a brush in there. So you can definitely get a good use out of this brush. Quality wise, I feel like they're very comparable. The quality feels similar. One thing I did notice that both of these palettes have fallouts. I mean, I love Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I feel like their color combinations are great. The price point is great. The quality is great. So I love them. Most of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes have fallouts. I don't really mind. For especially these two palettes, the fallouts are not too bad. I would say though, this one have less fallouts compared to this one. The Soft Glam palette have more fallouts and more kickbacks when you dip in your brush. I recently did pick up the Prism palette as well, which is kind of similar style as the Modern Renaissance and the Soft Glam palette. This one I feel like has the best packaging out of all of these. I love the black and the gold design. I love this one the most in terms of the packaging. And also when I look at this palette, like this is so me. Like I would say besides just this yellow green color, I love everything else on this palette. I feel like for my skin tone, this is a beautiful, colorful palette. I do love some unique, colorful, wearable, colorful palettes, and I feel like all of these colors are definitely bright, bold, and wearable. I did talk about that in the video that I did my tutorial with this palette. I'll link that down below as well. Modern Renaissance have the least fallout and kickbacks out of all of them. I did notice that even though they have certain colors that are same in both palettes, like the Cypress Umber and are in both the palettes, but it feels like the Cypress Umber in the Soft Glam palette is a little bit softer and have a little bit more fallout versus the Modern Renaissance palette. On both of the palettes, I feel like there are some comparable colors that, even though they're not exact same colors, but they're very similar. They do have a little bit difference, of course, but then I feel like when you apply it on your eye, you might not be able to tell too much of a difference. Those are the colors I'm talking about. Is Red Ochre in this palette is very comparable to the Mulberry color on this palette. So I'll swatch it for you guys and show you guys that they do have a difference, but it's very comparable to each other. So the top one's going to be Mulberry from Soft Glam, and then I'm swatching Red Ochre from Modern Renaissance. This color is also a little bit deeper versus this one's a little lighter, but I feel like when you're applying it on your eye, you might not be able to tell too much difference, but then they are different but comparable. That's what I'm trying to get to. And the other two colors that I think are comparable in both the palettes are Dusty Rose, Buon Fresco. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but you know which one I'm talking about. This mauvey purpley color right here and the Dusty Rose in the Soft Glam palette. I feel like they're very comparable as well. The top one's going to be from Soft Glam, the Dusty Rose. And the bottom one's going to be from Modern Renaissance, Buon Fresco. When I'm swatching them, you can definitely see there's a difference. This one looks more lilac-y purple versus this one looks more mauvey. But again, they're very comparable. I feel like when you apply them on your eyelid, you can't really tell too much of a difference. I'm wearing the Buon Fresco on my eyelid today, all over the eyelid. I did a quick eye look mixing both these palettes today. I didn't film it, but let me know if you're interested. I can definitely film it for you guys. You can definitely compare the color Raw Sienna to the color Rustic on the Soft Glam versus the Modern Renaissance. Top is going to be from Soft Glam, the Rustic color, and the bottom is going to be Raw Sienna from the Modern Renaissance palette. Both of these colors I feel like great colors for transition color, and they're both matte, but they're definitely comparable. So I was watching some comparison videos between these two palettes. I've seen people mention how Soft Glam have more shimmery shades versus the Modern Renaissance palette, which I agree with. Right on your face, you have 3 shimmery and metallic shades right here, and then 2 right here. But for Modern Renaissance, you have these Primavera and Vermeer. These are the only 2 right on your face metallic shades that you see. I have seen some people mentioning that those are the only shimmery metallic shades that you get on this palette, and the rest are matte. On this palette, you get those 5 shimmery shades and rest are matte. But I disagree with that, because if you really closely look at these palettes, you can totally see the color Tempera is not really a full-on matte color. It has this pearly sheen to it. So both of these palettes have the color Tempera, and then they both have that pearly sheen to this color. So it's not really completely matte. And then other colors that I have noticed on the Modern Renaissance palette that are not fully matte colors are this Antique Bronze color. This is totally not a matte color. This is a shimmery color. It's not right on your face kind of shimmery or anything. It just have a light sheen and shimmeriness to it. And also the color Venetian Red is not a full-on matte. Those are the 3 colors that are not fully matte in Modern Renaissance palette. So you get your 2 shimmery metallic shade here, and then you do get 2 of these satiny shade and this pearly shade. So there are 5 shades that are not fully matte, and the rest, so out of the 14, 9 of them are totally matte colors. The Soft Glam palette, you get your 5 shimmery, glittery, metallic colors, and then you get the 1 pearly Tempera color. So that's 6. The rest of them, 8 of the colors are matte. In my opinion, when I really look close up, it's actually just 1 color difference. So Modern Renaissance have 9 totally matte shades versus Soft Glam have 8 totally matte shades. Even though there are less matte shades in this palette, it's my personal opinion, I feel like these are more wearable colors for me on day-to-day basis and creating a look, because I feel like these 3 shades right here are beautiful for transition color on many skin tones, and this orange soda is also a great color for transition. Cypress Umber is the darkest color on Modern Renaissance palette. As you can notice, the Soft Glam do have a black color in it called Noor, I really appreciate that. I love having a black in my palette. You can always change up the look, deepen any color you want to with a black. So if you're trying to create smoky eyes, these two colors are going to be great for that. If you want to go full on black, deep, smoky eye, you can go with that. But also you can go with the Cypress Umber to give it a lighter, smoky eye look for year-round use for spring, summer, winter, anytime. I feel like this palette have a better color combination. You can use it for daytime, nighttime. You can go for a glam, super glam, smoky eyes with the bronze color in the center. Would look gorgeous. You can go a very daytime appropriate look with a very light look with this as well. Like this have such a great potential to create so many different kind of look and all around the year. That's why I love the color combination in Soft Glam palette a little bit more than my Modern Renaissance palette. I still absolutely love this palette because I feel like the quality is great, the color combination is again great as well. I don't reach for it day-to-day basis, but I do love my red ochre and my Venetian red and my love letter color. I feel like they're great. Real Gar is one of my favorite oranges out there. So I do love this palette a lot. Would I recommend buying both the palettes? It's kind of depend on you, what kind of colors you're looking for. Like if you feel like you're more into the mattes, you don't care too much about the shimmery metallic colors, you might be able to just pass on it and get this. But this one also have a good range of transition colors and mattes and beautiful warm tones. Out of these two palettes, if I have to pick my absolute favorite color, I would have to say that would be this bronze color right here. I don't have anything in my collection like that color. It's a beautiful glittery metallic bronze color and I love it. I created a look using that color in my previous video and I absolutely fell in love with that color. This color applies very pigmented even without adding any Fix Plus or water or wetting your brush. I will swatch this color for you right now and trust me, this is beautiful color. Like look how gorgeous this color is. And I feel like for my skin tone, sometimes certain gold colors don't look as good, but this bronze color looks beautiful. I'll show you a comparison with a gold that I have in my Prism palette, which is this pyramid color right here. I used this color previously in one of my tutorials as well. I do love this color, but I feel like I like the bronze color way more than the pyramid color. So here you go. I'm gonna swatch you the pyramid right underneath. This one's more yellow gold versus this one's more bronze, just like its name. I feel like both the shimmery colors on the Modern Renaissance palette is a little bit on the cooler side. The two shades that you get here, Glistening and Fairy, I feel like these are warmer. I'll compare the color Glistening to Primavera because I feel like they are more comparable. So Glistening from Soft Glam, Primavera right underneath it from Modern Renaissance. Yes, definitely Glistening is more bronzy. Primavera looks more champagne-y color. One thing I did wanted to mention to you guys, the black that you're seeing on the Soft Glam palette, it did appear previously in one of the palettes. And this is a very old palette. If you guys remember this Tamanna palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I pulled this palette out thinking that I saw the color Dusty Rose somewhere else. I just can't think of a place where I saw the color Dusty Rose before, but I thought it was in this palette, but when I opened this, I actually found the color Noir right here in the palette. So when I swatched these two black, Noir in Tamanna palette is a little bit on the drier side. You can kind of see when I swatched it on my finger, this one is a little patchy versus this one is very smooth. So when I'm swatching this, the top is going to be the Tamanna palette Noir and the bottom is going to be the Soft Glam Noir. And you can see there, they don't really swatch the same. So overall, comparing all of these palettes in front of me, I feel like if I have to pick a favorite, I would say the Soft Glam one is my favorite so far. But if I have to rate them, based on how I would put them to use, I would say I would put the Soft Glam one first. Then I put the Prism palette. The bottom row is absolutely gorgeous for sure, hands down. And the top, the Lucid color, I have used it as a highlighter on my face as well. This is gorgeous color. Eden is spring summer color for all over the lid or even transition. This is a beautiful color. Unity for my skin tone is actually a great color to set my concealer or the entire eyelid before I apply any eyeshadow. Osiris is a gorgeous purple color, but the Soft Glam palette currently is sitting on my desk and I pretty much reach for this every single day ever since I got this palette. If you want to create any kind of neutral or glam look, this is definitely one that you should be getting. If you love your berry colors, your reds, your berries, your oranges, you can definitely go for this one. If you don't own the Modern Renaissance palette and you're debating which one to get, I would definitely recommend the Soft Glam. So yeah, that's all I have to say about these palettes. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts. Which one is your favorite palette? I would love to know. I have some pictures on I think both of these palettes, or at least the Soft Glam palette, on my Instagram. Go check that out if you'd like. I'll leave all my social media links down in the description box. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then make sure to click that subscribe button along with the bell button next to it so that you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!